Hello and welcome to my digitizing software DigiLogs. I will introduce you how to use Lithology Digitizing, Curve Digitizing and Dipmeter Digitizing. Let's begin. At first we wanted to digitize a lithology. So we go to File and New Select Well. In this window we will define the well header, which contains the basic information about the well, and we will import the log image, which is scanned TIF image that we want to digitize. So at first begin with new well. It will open all these fields and type well name, select any surface date, and we can bypass any of these values. We can select the depth unit meter or feet, and here we can select the image that we are working on, which is TIF extension, and finally press insert well. Now the well image are imported to the program directory. Here is a filter for wells that we can use to search if we have a list of wells. That will help us to find it quickly. Okay, we can press OK and wait for a couple of minutes until the program are slicing the long scanned image into a fixed width images, which helps the program to work efficiently, and we can zoom efficiently in any part of the image. We can scroll here, horizontal scroll, and the vertical scroll here. We can zoom in on the image from this plus icon and zoom out from here. And we are now ready for the calibration stage. We will begin with depth 795. Type it here as the minimum depth and calibrate button here. Scroll to the beginning of the lithology track. Now we have defined the top border. Next we have defined the bottom border. Suppose it is 1300. Press calibrate. So we have defined the bottom border. As we see here, there is a little shift that can be fixed by using internal calibration technique. All we have to do is selecting the adjusting depth, which is 1250, and press calibrate and select it, pick it here. You can add internal calibration as much as you need till you don't see any shift. So after adding multiple internal calibration, I got exact match between the red grids and the underlying original black grids, and I can start the digitizing process now. But first I shall remove the red grids and start picking bottom of each lithology body. That's the bottom of gypsum, bottom of limestone. As you can see, I have all the common lithology in this palette. If I have another lithology that doesn't exist in this palette, I can add it from custom lithology window. Let's finish this body first from here. edit lithology codes. That's the standard lithology in this palette, and I can add another one from here, for example test, and put a code that doesn't exist in the list of codes here, and press add. Now I have my test lithology. Press save, then pick this test from here, test. Now I have another lithology put in my palette. I can delete this lithology by press delete key. Okay, pick the right lithology, and so on until I finish all the lithology track. Once I finish, I can press finish interval or press F letter from the keyboard and go on to the next interval by putting the another bottom depth, which is, for example, 1400, and calibrate bottom. And put my internal grids. I can change the interval of horizontal grids by press the show grids here. I wanted to put the bold lines and labels each 5 depth unit. So I wanted to put another calibration here. And so on, continue the internal calibration process. If you wanted to edit your picking data or your calibration data, you can go to edit mode from edit and press edit mode, or from the keyboard shortcut letter E. Now if you wanted to add new picks, you must activate the interval by clicking at the cursor to activate this interval, and just continue picking as usual to pick your new lithology. I can activate my interval by another way. From this calibration list, double click on the header and you will see your calibration here. If you wanted to shift this gypsum pick, click to activate, another click to move the pick at the right position. And if you wanted to change the lithology type, click again, it will activate it here. Double click at the header of the lithology and pick the appropriate lithology. If you wanted to delete another one like this, activate it and press delete key, and you can pick it again. Okay, if you want to edit your calibration data, you can just type the top and bottom values here. You can adjust the top border location by click top border bottom, and for example put it here. If you want to put it again, its location, bottom border from here, but I will reposition it again in the old location. If you have a gaps between calibrated intervals, like here, as here we have a gap between 1300 and 1355, I can activate the bottom one and context menu, right click and select insert calibration above. Now I have shoved a new calibration between 1300 and 55. Also, if you wanted to add a calibration at the topmost of your calibrations, you can activate the first one and right click insert calibration above. He will assume you want to add 25 depth unit from the topmost depths and put the calibration border higher than the old one by 100 pixel, and you can correct the proper depths from here again. And after finishing all your correction, you can press save edits.